In this video, we're going to cover how to hire the maximum amount of individuals from the applicants that are coming from Boostpoint. So stepping back a bit here, so when we're talking about hiring more talent for our business, there's kind of two main things that we need to think about. One is attracting more candidates to the position. And the second thing is converting those candidates into actual employees, and that whole process digging into the applicant and the candidate journey after they apply for that position. So that's what we're going to dig into here through Boostpoint Connect, and what we recommend and what our customers are currently implementing to get a successful hire rate from the applicants that are coming from Boostpoint Attract and from their Boostpoint ads. Kind of the benchmark you want to be shooting for is a 10% hire rate. So that means out of every 10 applicants that are coming into Boostpoint, we want to be hiring one of those individuals. So that doesn't happen automatically, but we're going to jump into here in detail of the process we recommend to get those type of metrics from the applicants that are coming from Boostpoint. So first of all, we're going to jump into integrations here, just make sure everything's set up with Boostpoint Connect, our messaging tool. I'm going to go here. One of the main things, so again, we've already chosen a number here for these text messages to go out. The next thing is make sure that your notification settings are set up properly. So for this, we can have it that a text message is sent and an email whenever someone responds to a Boostpoint text message. So for example, as soon as someone would reply to one of these automated messages, maybe where we're asking them to set up a phone interview, I get a notification right away and I can reply promptly to engage that candidate. One thing to keep in mind here is just the text messaging etiquette. So things I'm referring to there are even just timing of responses and replies to messages. Kind of think about it as you'd text message a friend. If you're meeting up with a friend and they confirm for a time, when they're expecting to hear from you, just sending a quick text message to confirm that. Just let them know, yes, that works for me. I'll call you then. Those type of things are really important to keep candidates engaged so that they know what to expect as far as communication from you as you're looking to bring them in for an interview. So we're going to jump into a few examples. The first tool we're going to dig into is workflow. So I'm going to go into here and have a workflow already built out. So this is a trigger. Someone enters this workflow when they submit a lead form on a Boostpoint ad, and then we can filter, do we want this to happen for all the campaigns that we submit in Boostpoint or just particular campaigns? We can select that as a filter. And then lastly, we want to select the message that's going out. So what we recommend is engaging. So this message is going out immediately after someone fills out a brief application through one of the Boostpoint ads. And then we recommend pointing that person to a quick phone call, so like a phone screen, instead of pushing them to an in-person interview right away. The reason we recommend this is just there's more engagement even before that in-person interview, where you can kind of pre-qualify them a bit more, but even more importantly, just engage them sooner so that you have a better show rate for interviews. Kind of stepping back here again, what we've seen, there's this balance between like manual outreach with candidates and automation with the candidate workflow, and we really see a hybrid approach is what works best for getting the best hire rate from your Boostpoint applicants. So again, having automation in play like this, where you're connecting with applicants right away through an automated text message, but that looks like it's coming straight from you, still trying to connect with them over the phone. But then again, driving them to a quick phone call where they can learn more about the position. And then if things seem right there, schedule an in-person interview, while you're talking with them on the phone. So this is an example of what a message like that could be. It's just, hey, thanks for inquiring. When would be a good time to talk on the phone to learn more about the positions? You'll see about a 45% reply rate from a message like this with candidates coming from Boostpoint. So the next thing we're going to dig into is just kind of what that flow and that conversation could look like, and kind of what you want to plan for when you're communicating with these applicants. So here would be an example. We're sending a message similar to that right here. Thanks for reaching out. When would be the soonest you're available to talk over the phone about our position? Most times you'll receive, a reply something like this with someone, giving a specific time, maybe that it works for them to connect over the phone, or they'll say, anytime. And then, if someone replies to that, it's great to, as soon as possible, just kind of confirm that with a text message, just to let them know, okay, great, that time works for me. They can expect a call from you then. We do still recommend, like, if there is no response, you can try connecting with them over a phone call them as soon as possible. But again, most times they'll reply to this message, and then you can kind of take the conversation from there. Let's say, if they don't answer the phone at 4:30 when they said they'd be available, recommend, hey, leaving a voicemail, but then also just kind of confirming that with a quick text message as well, to say, hey, I tried giving you a call. When can we, what other time would work for you to connect over the phone? So again, just really engaging with text message. We see as a whole, text message is where you have the best response rate as far as forms of communication. 87% of people that don't recognize an incoming caller ID, like they don't answer the phone anymore, and 80% of emails are never opened, whereas 90% of text messages, they're opened with a 45% reply rate. So your best bet for actually connecting with an applicant is communicating through text messaging, but we really recommend leveraging text messaging as a tool to get them on the phone, and you'll have a much better answer rate if you're communicating with them via text beforehand. So then let's take the scenario. What if someone doesn't reply to that initial message? Like, what's the process after that? We found to get the best connect rate and hire rate from your Boostpoint applicants, it's good to try to connect with them 3 to 5 times after that initial message that goes out. So for example, that could look like this is the automated message that goes out. You try calling them as well. There's no answer, leave them a voicemail, send them another text message just saying, hey, I just left you a voicemail. And then the second day, if there's still no response, you could send them to text message like this again, try calling them again. And then again, the third or fourth day, maybe try one or two more times to reach out to them. And then if there's still no response, that's when you could categorize that person as, hey, you weren't able to connect with them and there's no contact, and then move on to the next individual. It is also a good practice. So if you're keeping track of the stage of these applicants, so let's say here, Ben, he never replied to our messages. What we could do is we could, down here in the status, we could put in a particular status that's maybe not contacted. And we can create and manage our statuses here. If you hit customize status list, you can add a stage. So we could have a stage here, not contacted, put him in that stage. And then, a month later, we could go through all of the people in the not contacted stage and maybe send them a quick text message just to try to engage with them again at a later time. So that's an overview of the process that we recommend for engaging with applicants, right off the bat. Another way that we recommend leveraging Boostpoint Connect is for appointment and interview reminders. So to do that, you could message these people again from your messages tab here, and just remind them via text message about their upcoming interviews. Another quick thing and tip on scheduling interviews, we see the best success rate as trying to schedule those as soon as possible and creating some urgency around the time of the interview. So you'll have a lot better show rate from interviews that you schedule either same day or the next day versus scheduling interviews out a week or 5 days out. We've seen some of our clients increase their show rate to 90% by only scheduling interviews the same day or the day after. So again, that can be a good tool for increasing your efficiency and increasing your hire rate and your connect rate with actually getting people to show up for interviews as well. And then a way you can confirm that is also, sending them a text message to confirm their interview time, maybe with your address and things like that. That way they have it available, and something to reference when they're coming in for that interview. So that's an overview of Boostpoint Connect. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video, and we'll see you on the next one.